Now that I've got the car starting to look pretty good, there's one thing that's driving me crazy, and it's this. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda out here with the Jeep Commander, Project Overlander, as we call her here at the Panda Research Institute. And one of the things that I've noticed here is that because I've blacked out most of the stuff here, these blacker wheels, the black grille, these aftermarket headlamps have a black surround to them. I didn't put those in originally, just freshened them up. You can check that out in the other video about clear coating those lenses. But now the thing that's kind of killing me here is that we have these big orange turn signals, right? And if they were clear, it probably wouldn't bother me as much, but they're just so big and they stand out. I mean, they're so obvious. So I thought we'd try to black them out. Now I was taking a look at them and they are basically flat. There's three angles, one here, and then a little bit of a triangle shape there. So I don't think I need to be like a vinyl wrapper. You know, you're not dealing with compound curves or anything. You're really just kind of dealing with a flat piece of vinyl that would go over there. So I've got some black adhesive transparent vinyl that I think should work on this and just kind of darken it up a little bit. So hopefully we can take this and just hide those lights. You know, keep them working, keep ourselves safe on the road. Don't want to violate any dot rules, but just make it a little bit more uniform, a little monochromatic. So this is a roll of the dark charcoal-like film that I was using. It's actually adhesive on one side and this film just kind of peels off. Now, I actually think you are supposed to spray down with soapy water whatever you're going to lay this film down on first, and then lay this on top and then squeegee it out. And that's going to get rid of all the air bubbles, which you can see I did not do. And that was just because this is pretty flat. I don't really care too much about the air bubbles. I mean, I did try to get rid of most of them. And some of the bigger ones, I just took my X-Acto knife and I popped, and then I just pushed it back down. And so I think that's okay. And I have 80% of the roll that I bought for like $5 left. So if this doesn't work, then I can actually just remove these and do it again. But just at a glance, it's not that bright orange anymore, even though the sunlight's hitting it from that angle. It's just a smoky dark black, kind of like what I do with my eyes. Now, one thing you can do is kind of melt the edges. So I tried to X-Acto knife it very close, but then I noticed I had just a little bit of like an overriding edge. And so I took the torch that you use to creme brulee food with, or in my case, I use it to heat up the hosels on my golf club heads so that I can get them off the old shafts. And then I just kind of hit it around the edge, and that kind of shrunk it, kind of shrink wrapped it around the edge and give it a really nice tight fit. So you could do that with a heat gun, presumably a very good hair dryer, something like that. But man, I think that looks good. Even though the car is really dirty, the bright orange blinkers are gone. So this is what it looked like before. So this is what it looks like after the application. And it, doesn't totally hide it. It's not blacked out, but it is much darker and it doesn't draw my eye into those orange lenses where everything else is kind of nice and black. So if you want to pick up a roll of this so that you can tint, I don't know, your headlights, taillights, fog lights, Bud lights, Miller lights, highlights, or frosted tips, then I'll put a link to this in the description below. Peter Von Panda. Out.